Good morning, first grade. Here we go. This is lesson 12 in your skills workbook and your reader. We're going to be looking at Jack's tail today. It will be page 26 after we look at a couple new words. When we hear tail, you're probably used to what your dog or your cat has. Today, we're looking at tail spelled a different way. T-A-L-E. Our E is silent, which makes this A say its name, ta-ale. Tail. This is like a story that is told. Today's story is a tale that Jack will share with Nan, Kate, and Max when they're sitting around after dinner. Your tail on your dog or your cat is T-A-I-L. This one means a story. Pretend you have a big fluffy feathery tail. Can you stand up and shake it 4 times? Shake, 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 shake. Great. Let's hope that helps with the wiggles because we have lots of new words to learn. Here we go. I'm going to move you, hopefully. Maybe. And then we're going to get you turned. Here we go. These are the words we want to look at today. We have G sounding like J, ja. We have ginger, legend, and gents. Ginger, legend, and gents. Can you try to say those? Do you hear how the G is making a J? In our story today, we're going to find that O-U again. Our pink word, outlaw. O-U, ow. Shout, S-H-O-U-T, shout. Then we have those doubling letters that we saw on our workbook before. 2 T's in letter. We have 2 B's in robbing. 2 P's in tripped. And 2 S's in pass. Try saying those out loud. Next, in the blue, we have a question word. We love a question word because we know the question mark will go at the end. We have who. Then we have some new words, stagecoach. We'll look at what that means. And then the purple, the word would, which Miss Reich loves because if you can read and spell would, you can spell could, you can spell should, would. Let's take a minute and let you just go over those. If you want to snap a picture, you've got time to look at them. Now we're going to head to the vocabulary words that we will need for our story, Jack's Tail. You will have the word. Here we go with our vocabulary for Jack's Tail. Ginger snaps. These are cookies made from ginger. Our sentence, I love juice and ginger snap cookies for snack. Me too. Outlaw. Outlaw are 2 words put together, out and law. We can review this. We remember this is called a compound word. Outlaw, a person living outside of the law, meaning he or she does not follow laws. Drawn. This means pulled. The sled was drawn by dogs. Strong box. A box where things are placed to be locked up and kept safe. Top hat. Top hat. A tall hat, normally worn for special occasions. Gents. This is a short, almost nickname for the word gentleman. And then we have nabbed. This means to be caught. The police officers nabbed the robbers. After you have listened to the story, you will have some workbook pages today. The first one that you're going to do is 12.1, and it looks like this. Just like the lesson Mrs. Sane and I did with you when we went over the sound a T, like tall, makes. Today you're going over the spellings for D, like down or duck. Please write the words under their correct spot. Is that D spelled D? Is it spelled DD or ED? After completing this, please flip to the next page, which, let's give it a flip for you. Whoops, upside down. There, which will look like this. Please complete this page, remembering sometimes we double the last consonant. And of course, after you have listened to Jack's tale, let's go through and check for comprehension. After the story, we'll take a peek at this and talk about what we found in our story. All right, guys.
Jack's Tale, page 26. After dinner, we munched on some ginger snaps. Then Jack shared an outlaw tale. This happened out here in the West a long time back, said Jack, in an age when there were no cars and no planes. Back then, if you had to send a letter, you sent it by stagecoach. The stagecoach was sort of like a car, but it was drawn by horses. There was a place where men could sit inside, but the man who drove the stagecoach sat outside up on top. The man who drove the stagecoach kept a strong box next to him. The strong box was a locked box where he kept the cash. Sometimes outlaws would rob the stagecoach. Those outlaws were bad men. But there was one who some said was a bit better than the rest. His name was Bart. Bart was a sharp dresser. He did his robbing in a jacket and a black top hat. He had the best manners you ever saw. When he robbed, he did not yell and shout at the men he was robbing. Not Bart. He tipped his hat. Then he said, "Excuse me, gents, would you be so fine as to pass down the strong box with the cash in it?" "No," said Nan. "Yes," said Jack. "It's not just a legend, it's a fact. You can look it up." "Did they catch him?" Max asked. "Nope," said Jack. "He came back and robbed the stagecoach lots of times." "Did they ever catch him?" I asked. "Yes, after a long hunt. They nabbed him. They charged him with theft and locked him up for a long time. He did his time. Then they let him back out." "Then what happened?" I asked. Jack said, "Bart shaped up in the end. When they let him out, he said he was finished with crime." "That's cool," said Max.